Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? I hope you are doing good. We are going to be doing a comparison today between the Insta360 Go, the original, and the Insta360 Go 2, which has just been released or announced a couple days ago, and I have been using it for about a month. Already did a review. You can go check that out if you want to see that. But this video is going to be a comparison to see what's changed, whether it's worth buying, whether it's worth upgrading, what are the specs differences, what are the real life differences, how big of an upgrade is it really? So let's get into it. This is the Go 2 versus the Go 1. Let's go. So just to make things simple, if you don't want to watch this whole video, you just want me to get straight to the point, let me tell you that the Go 2 is so much better than the original Go. I actually didn't like this when it came out, the original Insta360 Go. It came out in 2019, I think, late 2019, and I was not a fan. I mean, you can go check the video. I just didn't think it was well executed. I thought it's a great idea. I loved that it was so tiny and so compact with all these accessories, but at the end of the day, the video quality just was not very good. However, now it's been a year and a half, couple years, and the Go 2 has basically fixed everything that I thought was wrong with the original, while still basically keeping the same form factor and almost the same size with all the benefits that brings. But yeah, let's go into the nitty-gritty and see really what's changed. Let's start by going into the specs. Let's go into the specs of both cameras, just the main ones, and we'll see what's changed on paper. The original Go could shoot a maximum resolution of 1080p at 25 frames per second. It also had video modes for interval shooting, static time-lapse, hyperlapse, and slow motion, which was capped at 1600 by 900 at 100 frames per second. With the Go 1, the maximum shooting time was 60 seconds per clip, then you had to stop and restart if you wanted any more footage. Photos were capped at 2560 by 2560. The maximum video bitrate was 40 megabits per second. Now let's take a look at the Go 2. Let's see what's changed. The Go 2 has a maximum video resolution of 2560 by 1440 at 50 frames per second. Other video modes include time-lapse, time shift, HDR, and slow motion, which is capped at 1080p at 120 frames per second. The video resolution is unchanged at 2560 by 2560. The maximum video bitrate is 80 megabits per second. The maximum clip length of the Go 2 is 10 minutes using Pro Video mode, which features the flow state stabilization, keeping everything very smooth, or you can shoot in a standard video mode, which is capped at 15 minutes per clip. So those are the headline kind of specs in terms of photo and video resolution. I should point out that in my last video, I did make a mistake. I put that the video resolution of the Go 1 was higher. I made a mistake. I was looking at the video resolution before it is exported, which is irrelevant because that's not what you see, and I kind of got those mixed up. So definitely the video resolution of the Go 2 is higher at 1440p versus 1080p in the Go 1. But let's now take a look at some videos shot with both of these cameras and see what's changed there. So I'm going to show you footage shot with both cameras. You'll see here it's labeled correctly so you can see which side is shot with which camera. Now the point of these videos is really just to show the difference in quality. I didn't really do any kind of special shots that these cameras are already meant for, that they're capable of. I did just kind of shoot some basic standard video just so you can focus on the quality so we can see how it's changed. And essentially in every single shot that I did, in every single comparison, you can very clearly see that the Insta360 Go 2 has improved significantly upon the previous version. It's really obvious just by looking at the footage. The resolution is higher at 1440p as opposed to 1080p on the Go 1. Also 50 frames per second looks a lot more smooth and a lot more attractive as far as I'm concerned, especially whenever you have anything moving, than 25 frames per second. That kind of looks, doesn't look particularly good. Now this is due to an actual change in hardware. It's not just about software. Some companies kind of try and boost their older cameras just by, boosting the resolution, interpolating pixels and stuff like that. But in this case, the actual sensors in the camera have changed. You can see this from the hardware. You can see that the sensor is different. In fact, you can even remove the cover of the Go 2 lens, whereas you can't do that with the Go 1. In pretty much every video, the details in the Go 1 are sharper, the colors look better. It's just better quality all around. The Go 2 can also shoot better slow motion video. at 120 frames per second as opposed to 100 frames per second in the Go 1, and the Go 1 also has a lower resolution when shooting in slow motion. Both of the cameras are really designed to be used most effectively in moving shots, action shots, so they really need to be able to withstand movement, vibration, bumps, and stuff like that. So I did test them both while walking and while cycling, and both of them actually do pretty well when they're moving about and when they're attached to your body, attached to a bike, attached to something that is moving. Thanks to the flow state stabilization, they both use the same. I think maybe depending on where you attach it to your body or where you attach it to a object is going to determine how effective the stabilization is, but in both cases it works pretty well. But don't expect miracles. This is still a single lens camera, so it won't be as good as a 360 camera. So yeah, overall, just by looking at the video, the quality is so much better in the Go 2. It is basically like an old action camera, kind of like a GoPro from a couple of generations ago, whereas the Go 1 was really quite poor quality, to be honest, just very noisy, very fuzzy, hardly any details, a low frame rate, anything that's moving looks blurred, as well as the sensor upgrade and the boost in resolution makes it that little bit sharper, and which I think is just about good enough to look good when viewing it on a phone screen. So like I say, great for social media, but probably not good enough if you want to display something on a large screen. And you can check out my review and some other reviews to see how it has been used, and I think the Go 2 is it's a great camera. The Go 1 was a great idea, but the Go 2 really kind of brings it into a usable format. I want to take a look at the differences in design and the accessories that come with both cameras, because that is basically what makes these special. That's what makes both of them unique and usable and interesting. So let's take a look at the changes in the design, because they are pretty important. The original Go is tiny. It is the smallest action camera ever developed or ever used, I do believe. It weighs just 18.3 grams. It's 49.4 millimeters by 21.4 millimeters by 14.85 millimeters. It is super small. It comes with a charge case which allows you to charge the camera when you're not using it, allows you to protect it when it's not using it, and allows you to plug it into a phone to transfer files or to control the camera. Now, it is a wired connection. It requires the use of a USB cable if you're on Android, or it has a Lightning connector attached to it for iPhones. You can control the camera via Bluetooth from your phone. However, you can't preview anything. You can just control the shutter, you can change some settings, but you can't make any previews of what you're going to actually be shooting. The camera is IPX4 water resistant, which means it can survive a few splashes in water. Even it can survive you dropping it in water for a couple of seconds, but if you take it swimming, it's probably not going to last. It's definitely not fully waterproof. Original Go came with a range of accessories in the box, and they are pretty useful, including a magnetic pendant, an easy clip, an ankle wedge, a sticky base, a pivot stand. These are all pretty high quality. I mean, they are plastic. Some of them have metal attachments as well, but they all work. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. They can attach to pretty much anything. They can attach to your body, to your clothing. You can stick them to walls. You can reuse them. Now, onto the Go 2, which has seen a significant upgrade in terms of the design as far as I'm concerned. It is slightly larger. It is slightly heavier, but all in all, way better, and definitely worth sacrificing some of that size. The Go 2 weighs 26.5 grams and measures, but to be honest, when we're talking about devices that are this small to start off with, even if it was double the size, it would still be pretty small. So the fact that they've crammed in quite a lot more into the Go 2 while only increasing the size, I guess like 20%, it's really not that noticeable at all. The magnet on the rear of the Go 2 is also much stronger. I would say it twice the strength of the one on the original Go. It definitely seems to stick much quicker and much more securely than the original. It features a manual button on the front this time, which is obviously more user-friendly than having it at the back. What makes the biggest difference though is the case that it comes with. The case has been completely reinvented. It is completely different, far more usable, and makes this camera, even without any of the other upgrades, just this new case would make it worth upgrading. The case of the Go 2 is also a charger. It has about 1,100 mAh worth of battery, which means you can really expand the battery use or the usage of the camera. It is also a remote control. It is also a tripod. It can also attach to a selfie stick, thick or a larger tripod itself, so it is very much a multifunctional device. The screen here allows you to control the camera wirelessly. You can change settings, you can use it as a shutter. It's very easy to use for self-recording, to start recording yourself. It has the shutter button here. So yeah, it is just such a useful aspect of this system. It makes it so much better. The Go 2 also came with a range of accessories. It comes with the same magnetic pendant, an easy clip which you can use to clip onto a hat or your clothes, a pivot stand which can be used as a kind of selfie stick, which also features a sticky base which you can pretty much stick to any kind of surface and reuse it over and over again. So there is actually one or two less accessories with the Go 2 compared to the Go 1, but because this case is so multifunctional, those other accessories were kind of redundant anyway. So all in all, you do get a lot more for your money in the Go with the Go 2. The Go 2 is water resistant to 4 meters, so you can take it underwater, it will be fine. It has 25 gigabytes of internal memory, so much more than the original, and it also has a longer battery life, up to 150 minutes if you include the battery in the case. They're keeping the same idea of making everything magnetic, making everything as small as possible and able to pretty much go wherever it wants, but actually making it usable, especially with those changes in the length of time it can shoot. It was just 60 seconds with the original Go, which is just not long enough, just not long enough at all, and but with the Go 2 it can be 10 or 15 minutes. Okay guys, so I think that's it. That is my comparison between the original Insta360 Go and the Insta360 Go 2. I mean, I've said it throughout this review, it is such a impressive upgrade. I think it's basically completely revamped. Video quality is better, it's undeniable, much higher resolution, it's way easier to use. It has a higher bitrate, it's completely wireless. You can actually preview your images, your video on the app, whereas with the original Go you couldn't do that. Probably most importantly, the sensor size has been increased, the sensor has been revamped, so we are definitely getting better video quality. It's not just a case of upgrading via software, it is actually a better camera when it comes to the hardware as well. The only thing really that goes against the Go 2 is the fact that it's $100 more expensive than the Go 1 was at launch, but you are getting a lot more for your money. I would happily spend $100 more on this than this, because I just would never use the Go 1. I never did. Once I tested it a few times, it just wasn't particularly fun to use. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you found that useful. If you were trying to make that decision, I hope that has helped you out. If you're watching this video and you want to try these cameras out and you can do some cool stuff, then DM me, message me, comment on this video, and I will definitely be in touch. But yeah guys, that's it. So I will see you next time. I hope you have a good one. Stay healthy. Bye.